Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the On-Site Renovation Group for October 2nd, 2018. We're here at 1355 Westview Drive, Southwest in Atlanta, Georgia, with my good friend Don DeRosa and Ramon Tooks. I'm Dustin Griffin, one of your hosts. I want to give special thanks to Baker Collins, who is a local hard money lender. They can fund your project in days, not weeks. You'll hear from Joseph Castaneda in just a few minutes. We'll let him introduce himself and he'll tell you how he can help you fund your next deal. I also want to give special thanks to New Western Acquisitions. They're one of our newest Atlanta REIA Diamond sponsors. In fact, 2 weeks from today, we'll go out and be viewing one of their properties at 453 Kendrick Avenue Southeast in Atlanta. It's not actually their property. It was their property, and they sold it to one of their customers, and we're going to go out there and check out his work and the deal that they sold to him, and how they helped him through that deal, and what that renovation project is going to look like. So that is October the 19th, 2018, coming up 2 weeks from today. In fact, I just want to mention that we do meet on the first and third Tuesday of every month at Real Job Sites. I also want to mention that you can watch replays of these meetings up on Facebook at facebook.com/onsiteatlanta. You can also see them on YouTube at youtube.com/AtlantaREIA, as well as our website. We throw them up there as well at onsite.atlantarea.com. So again, we're at 1355 Westview Drive Southwest in Atlanta. The Beltline is supposed to start right around here somewhere. You'll hear more about that shortly. So let's begin. All right, we're ready. So I kind of pan around and show you the house. It is on a main drag with a double yellow line. Not only, and this is I-20 right here. That's I-20. You can hear it. Just kind of pan around the neighborhood. So these houses don't look like they've been rehabbed yet, but this one's well underway. We'll get Ramon to tell you a little bit about the neighborhood and about this project here shortly. All right, you guys ready to get started? Don, if you could round up Ramon for, oh, there you are. All right, so yeah, hop up here on the porch. Don, come on up. You guys can go ahead and unmute your microphones. And we're going to start here in the front yard, then move around to the back in the shade. So turn your mics on, but I'm going to do a little intro real quick.
Can you hear me?
Not yet.
I'm on too.
Okay. I had you muted.
Okay.
All right. Don, say something.
Testing 1, 2.
I can hear you.
All right.
Ramon?
Testing.
Yep.
Testing.
Ashley? I can hear you all. Very good. And I can pick up the audience sound pretty good too. Well, hey, welcome everybody to the On-Site Renovation Group. Appreciate you guys all coming out today. I am recording this if you guys want to wave to everybody at home. Hey, everybody.
Backwards for me.
Welcome, welcome. It's good to see you. It's been a while. So this is the On-Site Renovation Group. We meet twice a month on the first and third Tuesday of the month at noon at different local job sites. Sometimes we meet at brand new investors' properties who are doing their first deal. Sometimes we meet at intermediate investors who've been doing it for a while. And then sometimes we meet at pros rehabs, like Ramon here, who's been doing it for, what, 20 plus years?
23.
Yep. A long time, long time. Don's been doing this for about 20 something years too. Go out and view some of his properties that we're working on as well. So the idea is to show you all different kind of renovation projects. So you can see what the new folks are doing, so you can see what the older seasoned investors are doing, and kind of find your place if you want to get into fixing and flipping. You can see what the different styles are, what kind of upgrades the investors are doing depending on the neighborhood, whether it's a fix and flip or a buy and hold or an Airbnb. You can see how they stage them. Just see what other folks are doing. And one of the most important things you can do is learn from their successes and their mistakes. So you can always see what they do right, but you also want to ask them about what went wrong and what did you do to overcome it, so that you can avoid making some of the same mistakes in your investing career. So we're here today at Ramon Took's property. We're going to ask him about it in just a few minutes. But he did tell me it's not only his project, but he's doing it with several of the students. Ramon is a teacher, a mentor, a coach, and a full-time rehabber. Has been doing it for 23 years. So this particular project he's doing with some of his students so they could earn while they learn. So I think they all chipped in on the deal a little bit. We'll ask him about how they did that and see how it's coming along. So let's give it up for these guys for being here today and sponsoring this house. All right. Well, I'm glad you had us out, Ramon. It's about time. I've been wanting to do this for a while.
Well, thank you for coming out.
Yeah, we'd like not only to get to see what it looks like as you've begun the rehab, but maybe come back whenever you finish and see what the finished product's going to look like.
And you're always welcome. So.
Good. We'd love to come back for sure. So this is Ramon Took's, and can you introduce your friend today?
This is Ashley LaBouffe.
Ashley, hey. Well, Ashley,
Is your partners on this deal?
It's a couple of them out here, so they'll raise their
if
hand.
you're one of the partners, raise your hand just so we can see who you are.
Yeah, I hear something.
I met you earlier. Any other?
Yes.
One over here?
Yeah.
Very good. Okay. How many partners do you have?
It's 6 of us total.
Very good.
Yeah.
6 plus you, or 6 including you?
Including me.
Okay,
Yep.
very good. Well, take a quick minute to introduce yourself. You can probably do a better intro than I did.
You did pretty good last night. You got
Yeah.
tired today?
No? I just like hearing it straight
You like
from
my
you.
intro?
Yeah.
Ramon Took's, born and raised right here in Atlanta. Been in this business since I was, freshman year in college. So it's been 23 years now. And, we've been at it, good, bad, ugly. We've done wholesaling, fixing, flipping, developing, you name it. So about 5 years ago, we started Flipology, which is our training course. And we have since stayed in the business, ourselves doing the business, because it helps when we're training. And also we're bringing students along. That's pretty much it. And so every day, this is what we do.
Which do you like better, training or doing deals?
Doing deals.
Yeah. I had a feeling you were going to say that. Training's tough.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. How about you, Ashley?
So I'm Ashley. I started out as actually a Flipology student a few years ago. And I kind of made him stick with me since. I've learned so much from him. And now we partner on a lot of things. I design his deals for him.
That's right. He told me that last night.
I own the fancy firm, so I am an interior designer, an investor myself, and a licensed realtor.
Now, we're not going to get to see your work today, but
Not
we're
yet.
going to hear about your plans.
Right, and then you guys come back
we'd
and
like
you'll
to.
see when it's finished.
We'd like to, for sure. And Don, take a quick minute to introduce yourself.
Yeah, I'm Don DeRosa. Been doing this since 97, so what's that, 21, almost 22
22,
years
yeah.
now. So I do very similar work. I've been training for 20 years. So I do everything from buying and flipping. I don't do a whole lot of wholesaling, but I've done everything through subdivisions, all the way, you name it, I've done it.
Yep.
So, listening, we probably have very similar backgrounds. So, we've been around the block a while.
Yep. So we're looking forward to learning from, like I said, some of your successes and mistakes as well. I also want to give a shout out to my parents back in the back. Danny and Vicki Griffin are here today, down from Ohio. They're down visiting. They come down a couple times a year. So I appreciate you guys driving me down here today. Yeah, Chrissy usually drives me down so I can set up all the gear on the way down, but they did that for me today. So Ramon, tell us about this property. Tell us about the neighborhood we're standing in real quick, and some of the details about how you found the property, what your plans are, etc.
So our purchase price, and I'll just jump right in, was $110. Our budget is about $110. And when we first started, the ARV was around, and our lender is here. He's pretty conservative.
Can you point him out to us?
Dean.
I saw him.
There he is.
There he
So
is.
Dean with Paces is our lender on this deal.
I'm conservative, you say? I felt realistic. Everybody has a different flavor on that.
Yeah, they do. Originally, our ARV was about 289. It's since gone up. The neighborhood is now 319-ish, 315, 319-ish. I love the corner, and we're across from the entry of the Beltline. If you notice, like directly across the street is the pathway, which is a bonus for us. We're in Mosley Park.
It's right here,
Yeah, right there. Yep,
that sidewalk.
that's it.
Okay.
Yep, we're in Mosley Park. Across the street is Westview. It has a little bit higher value, but it's coming real fast on this side. And this is one of the, one of the first ones. Will be one of the first ones, I believe, in that 330, 339
Yeah, 'cause
range.
as I started, I panned around and looked at the other houses up and down the street. I didn't see any rehabs in the immediate vicinity.
It's a few. It's probably 4 on the street.
Well, I couldn't see down that far, but
Correct.
just right across the street, they didn't look like they've been
Correct.
rehabbed yet. So it looks like you're one of the first on this end of the
on
street.
this side. Yeah, correct. Correct.
So you're kind of a pioneer in the area.
I don't know. It's a few down that way. So yeah, you just got to run a little bit harder.
The reason I ask is because sometimes if you're the pioneer, you're the one setting the comps.
Yeah, yeah.
And then everybody else kind of follows.
Well, there's comps already in the neighborhood.
Good.
So there's some strong comps in the neighborhood already. We got this deal from someone that attended one of our events. It was his friend's grandfathers, and so they are actually one of the partners. They stayed in the deal. We made them a good offer. We did some of that Russ Heiner stuff.
Yeah.
They stayed in the deal, and then that's where we are today.
And Don, just so you know, you had to leave a little bit early last night. Ramon and Mr. Tycoon are used to buying all cash, low offers. Well, Russ was coming back with creative stuff like we do more often.
Right.
So yeah, and that's what he's talking about. So you did something more creative on this one?
We did. Well, with just the student, so that they wanted to stay in the deal and learn a little bit more. Instead of just wholesaling, they
Yep.
made a little fee up front, and they'll make some on the back end.
Very good.
So it was a pretty good deal for both.
Okay. Now, there's multiple students in this deal.
Mm-hmm.
How many and how do you make that happen? You guys
So,
form a
so it was about
corporation
6.
together?
So it was a prorated. We had a down payment, what we estimated as carrying costs, what we estimated enough so that we can carry the deal. And so we just did a prorated share.
So you didn't take the subject to, this was cash deal?
It was cash deal, yeah.
Cash
Yeah.
deal.
So Dean is the lender. So
Okay.
Who's the one that signed their name on the dotted line? Yep.
yeah.
So your name's on the loan, and then everybody else kind of chipped in on it?
Yeah.
Did you guys form a corporation together
So
to
no,
do it?
they all loaned to me, and then they're in second position, and then we
Are they all in second position or second,
so
third,
it's
fourth?
so it's technically not second, but that's what they are. Yeah, yeah.
First,
so they're
second,
all
third.
secured with
But
notes.
I guess the question is, I guess what he's
So
asking
no,
is,
it's my
are they-
company.
So so Dean has a.
I'm
you
on the
have-
hook with Dean.
Yeah, for the first position.
Yep.
And then you have 3 or 4 lien positions.
5 more. Well, it's
5
not
lien-
lien position. They're promissory notes. Yeah.
Okay, so you didn't put a lien on.
No, they put a lien on it.
Okay, so you just did put a promissory note on.
Correct.
Okay.
I don't know if most of you understand that, the benefit and the detriment.
Yeah.
Either way,
Yeah, and the reason we're asking is because
just so you understand, it's a learning tool.
a lot of people pool their money together like that, and you got to be careful how you do it. So I always like to ask how other seasoned
Yep.
investors are making it happen.
I mean, it's not a very. I mean, I shouldn't say that's not uncommon to do. So the difference is one's a lien position, one has a position on the property, the other one is just a promissory note.
Right.
So just so you understand those.
Yep. So kind of go over the numbers with us again real quick.
So purchase price was about 110.
110.
The renovation cost, and preferably we'll stay close to 110, about 110 for the renovation cost.
Okay.
We've been at it now since the end of June, top of July, and our goal is to be done in 30 days, about top of November.
Okay.
So it'll be a 4-month project.
So 110 is your budget. What did you do on the outside?
So originally the bricks are new, if you guys can see, but the house had to be jacked about 4 inches in the front, where the band had rotted out. And so when they were jacking the house, the bricks failed. So all the whole front is new bricks. We added
Was
the
that
porch.
expected or unexpected?
That was unexpected. So when they started jacking, we saw them bulging, and so they were going to come off. They're doing all new siding, all new soffits, all new fascia, a new roof. So the outside is basically brand new, except for the stone and the foundation piece of it.
Are the windows new?
Brand new, all of them.
Did you take the stickers off on purpose?
No. There's some on there, maybe.
Now, we've talked about taking the stickers off in the past, and
And why? So I'll know.
Don, you want to share?
Tell me why.
Because there's somebody.
Well, when you take this, the reason we leave them on is it's a couple of reasons. For the inspection, the inspector knows that they're brand new, and they don't assume they're automatically there. B, the homeowner comes in and says, okay, I've got brand new windows. So it's a psychological thing for one. That's the main reason. And
But recently, somebody took them off.
exactly.
The
and they-
inspector came
and said those weren't new.
and made them take them out and put new windows in with stickers on them. I forget who told me that.
County
well-
inspector or
Well,
Not
they
the
did-
home inspectors, like more like the county or something. Somebody made
Yeah,
them take
they-
them out and put them back in.
Okay.
And I heard that at Maria's property just a few weeks ago when we did onsite at her house. One of the students was there, was telling
Well, a
me
lot
about
of times the inspector will, especially an appraiser, will not give you credit for those because they say they're not new, or they will argue that. The stickers, there's no argument.
it. Right.
So I leave the stickers on the windows. I leave most stickers on the appliances, just to show that everything is new. Like for example, when I put a new stove in, you know how they wrap everything on the inside? Well, most people's the inclination is to go in and take that all apart and get it all set up. Leave all the, when you do a microwave, they wrap the inside of the microwave where the little thing that spins, leave that in place. Don't unwrap it. And I mean, you think you're doing a favor, but you're really not. So that way people come in, they open it up, they go, wow, this is brand new. It's just an added wow that people don't always think about.
Right. Right.
I like
So-
that.
yeah.
Just a little thing that when you go to sell houses, there's so many psychological things that you should do that people don't think about, like the windows. When anything you can bring attention to that it's new, you should.
Yep. It didn't hurt to leave them on.
Yeah.
I don't know if we even had stickers on our windows.
Maybe, maybe not.
Yeah,
I don't know, because he makes them for the size, so he comes out, measure, brings them, puts them in. I'm not sure if the windows had stickers.
Right.
We didn't take them off for sure.
Right. But when they have them on there, you
Leave 'em on.
definitely want to
Okay.
leave them on there for sure.
Yeah, you don't want to leave, like, some windows have them covered, like there's like, you can't see through them because there's so many windows. Just leave one. Take the rest of them off and just leave one.
Yep.
Just indicate that it's new.
So you were telling us everything you were doing on the outside.
Correct.
So I have a question though.
Okay.
Your brick, what that cost?
I think the total, where's the project manager? So he's over in the cut. But the brick cost for the front, the brick cost was about $2,500.
$2,500. Okay, because I was curious. Because yeah.
Including labor?
Yes. And they also repaired some of the stonework on the sides as well.
Okay. And that included material and
And
labor.
labor, yes.
What percentage of your budget was this?
Great question.
That's a good
I'm going to
question.
repeat the question
Yeah.
because Mike didn't pick it up. What was the budget for the exterior?
Percentage of the budget.
Probably about
Percentage of the
20%. Probably about 20%. Yeah. Now we have something that's going to be a cost that we didn't budget. It's a wall. One of the stone walls has to be repaired. We did not originally put that in the budget, so that'll be something that kind of goes over into that contingency. But we also have a contingency as well.
So
That includes landscaping and. I'm
yeah, I was
sorry.
gonna say no. You were right. I was
the 20%.
Uh-huh.
Yes, ma'am.
That includes everything.
Give us some curb appeal and all that?
Yeah, it will.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's about it for the outside. New gutters, of course.
Yep. And I think you got a new deck on back?
New deck on back. We got to go hang out on the deck.
Yeah, in fact, we wanted to go back there. We just want to kind of start out here, but go back on the deck. It's a little cooler back there. Get out of the sun. So if you guys want to start walking that way, you've got to walk down the wall and on the driveway.
From a design standpoint, are you factoring any wow factors into the outside or the inside?
Yes. So I like to do wow factors on both the outside and inside. So
Okay.
I want you to be wowed from the time you pull up in the street
Yep.
all through the house. So we're still deciding on some colors. We changed up a few things along the way. That naturally happens. But we're going for more of a modern feel. So we are going to do some pops of colors, some cedar accents. And then a lot of the wow factor too is going to be on the back deck.
On the back side, okay.
The outdoor living space.
Yes.
Okay.
All right, let's hold the questions till we get around back. Go check it out. So you just go down
I'll just say
the
what it
sidewalk
is.
and then
When you talked about
head on up the
jacking out,
driveway.
Is that because there were foundation issues?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
all right, so the three of us can go through the house.
You want to go through?
Yeah, me and you and Ashley can go through the house and stick
Okay.
together because we get the mics on.
Do you want to show the foundation issues, or you want to wait till the end to show it where we jacked it so they can see how it was jacked?
Where is it?
It's in the basement.
Okay. You gonna go do it now? Yeah,
You
we
can.
can.
See, can you catch them? Yeah.
Yeah. No, we can go. Yeah.
Right at that door they're passing.
Hey folks, Can you pause here for a second? He wants to show you something.
Hey, all right.
He wants to show you some foundation issues before we go around back.
Excuse me. What's up, Cynthia? How you doing? What's up, young lady? How you doing? I'm gonna open this basement up. Excuse me. Thank you, thank you. Excuse me. I'm gonna open this basement door. Excuse me. How you doing?
When was this built?
Oh, they got it. Where's Tory? 1950. Tory. Hold on, let me see something. We got a lock on it. Tory.
Right here, Tori.
You got the key. Is it? Okay. So I guess we'll, let me get it. Let me get the key. Hold on. Do me a favor. Give me the key out the lockbox.
Ramon, bring both of them because it's not late.
Okay.
Hey, there you are. I was looking for you earlier. I didn't see you.
Huh? 5930?
I didn't make eye contact with you
Okay.
because I wanted you to say a few words.
Both, yep.
By the way, I'm talking to Joseph Castaneda. He's here. I told you he'd be here. I just didn't see him earlier. All right, we're pausing here on the side because Ramon wanted to show us some an issue he had down here.
So remember we talked about the front of the house being jacked? We just wanted to show you guys what was done, how they put the pillars in. Tori, you want to come explain this part? I know you want to.
Way to stick the
All right,
landing.
So I don't know how many people want to go in, but it's a lot of room. It's not.
I got a flashlight right here.
Let me get a flashlight.
This
gonna work?
Yeah, it works.
Pretty bright.
Oh yeah, it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Small but powerful.
Oh, this works good.
Yeah.
I don't know how many people.
No, so
How many-
once
how
you have
many-
fixed
how many of them get in?
issues, we're all up.
Oh no. Nice. Here, you know what?
Yeah, you put a 2x10.
I'll do here.
Probably just show that part, Tori.
Yep.
Now, permitted?
Yes. Everything's permitted.
Oh yeah, this is done right. We did that.
Yeah, can you point it down that beam? I'm gonna follow it with the camera. Okay, goes all the way to full length.
We got about 5 of them.
Just so people can see on the way in.
Come on in. I don't know how
Let me
many.
know when you want me to
They can
start.
maybe
How much
rotate
is your budget for that 3,000?
for.
So this was unexpected.
So we saw it. So we knew about it. We put it in the budget beforehand because we got an inspection. Our lender's inspector came out, so we had it all. That was already in the budget.
6,000?
Yeah,
How
close
much?
to
6,000?
about 6,000. Yeah.
For the foundation work.
Yeah.
Yes.
6,000.
If you guys want to rotate in and out, if you see it, I know he's gonna explain it. But he's getting ready to explain it now.
Yeah,
All right, so explain it.
All right.
I'm gonna hold the light so I can light you up.
Oh, okay, great. All right. Can you get under there?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Come on in, y'all.
what we had noticed was that the foundation was cracking, and then what we did through, I'm gonna just borrow this one.
You may. Yeah.
Through observation, as you can see, you see the granite foundation right here while I have the light on?
Yep.
You see how the house is sitting on this granite?
Yep.
So there's no load problem here. There's no load problem back there. And it wasn't a load problem here. But what happened is, you see all of this?
Right.
All of this washed out over a period of time, probably from the house sitting, from moisture and water. So there was nothing really holding this granite right here. So the front part of the house and the weight from the roof and then the problem of the band had rotted out. There was nothing really holding this house.
Bless you.
There was nothing really holding this house to this granite. So what we had to do was jack the house up, and once we jacked it up, well, first the house was cracking in the front. You started to see foundation splits
Inside.
inside the house, but it was only happening in the front part of the house. not on the 4 sides of the house, just the front. So what we did, we noticed that all of the band was rotted out. So what we did was we jacked it up. We jacked it up about 4 inches. We leveled it, popped the line all the way down, and we added the 2x10s, the 6x6s, and we dug footings, 18 by 18 footings. But when you dig your footings, you want to put rebar. We got rebar down inside the footings, which is like steel bars that's going to make this even stronger to hold the weight of the roof. And we have at least 5 that's holding up just the front part of the house. And now we also rebanded in the front with new wood. So now we actually have, so all of the load, most of the load is being carried now on the front
Is it a
part.
double band?
In the front?
Yeah.
Yeah, in the front
Is
it
it
is.
double band?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
In the front. Actually, you can see.
I can see
If you
it.
go down, you can see one in the front, and then it goes down, all the way down. But it's just from, you see where that
I do.
piece of wood from that end all the way
You
to
all
right here is where it was rotted. And the rest of it still sat on top. So we just made this to reinforce to hold the load. And these are all 18 by 18 foundation. They're called footings. And they're actually holding the load at the front part of the house.
So how much did that cost? Extra?
6,000.
Yeah, right about 6,000.
6,000? Okay.
Did I explain that well?
It did.
Everybody all right with that?
Watch your step. The ground's real unlevel. And if you got questions, we'll ask them outside.
Yeah, we'll go outside that way you guys can. It's a little cooler out there anyway.
I'm gonna go get it. It's in my truck. I need it too.
Everybody good?
I got in here and realized I didn't have it. That's why I carry that flashlight. My flashlight's a backup in case I forget it. Somebody asked on the way in, I heard them, if this was going to be living space. No, I don't think so. Unless you got a bad stepson who you will
I bought a house
live in the
once and
basement.
somebody was living under the
Yeah.
crawl space.
Yeah.
They had a dresser, a bed, and everything under.
Is it hot in there?
And I had that big
All right, which way did Ramon go?
Ramon.
I see Ashley. He's still in there?
Okay, good, good.
Hey, Dad, can you open the truck real quick? Hey, what's up? Good to see you.
You going in here? Okay, come on, man. I'll walk.
Real good. All right, we're going to go ahead and proceed to the backyard. So you can go up those stairs or go up the driveway.
Ramon. Nice to meet you. Hey, Nina.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Good. That's a good team. That's the winning team.
Good to see you, man.
See, I hadn't been hired to be on the team yet.
You're not that special.
So they were showing those beams and how they poured those beams straight ahead, and that band. That's how they jacked the house
Is
back
this
up. So that's-
Josh?
It's $6,000.
I just got my first assignment wholesale deal in the contract
Good.
in BFE in Jefferson.
Josh.
Yeah?
That's how it goes.
In Jefferson, Georgia.
Listen, I remember I was in Jefferson, Georgia, when we were doing about 7 years ago. We were doing clean outs.
Yeah?
And we went, and there was this huge house that had chicken coops in the back. We were like, wow, that is.
There's a lot of old stuff.
It is. It is.
Hey, look who's here. Selena's here. Hey, what's up?
All right.
What's up, young man? How you doing?
This
All right,
is a
good to see you,
driveway.
Hey, when is Gwinnett working?
This is a driveway.
Network is October 9th, second
All right.
Tuesday from 6 to 9 at Tacos and Tequilas by Mall of Georgia.
In
So
Buford.
what's your
In
vision
Buford,
back
yes.
here?
Does it cost anything to attend?
Dustin's
Nope,
not
it's
here
free,
yet, so.
and we have lots of great
But you can turn it on 'cause he'll
appetizers. We gotta
capture
get
it.
there before all the food's
he'll
gone,
capture the
and then
audio.
of course there's a
Ash,
bar
you
food
got
and have
this?
some fun.
Does that include margaritas?
It does.
So
No,
back
the free
here,
part's not
well,
margaritas.
he's
You
gonna
can
ask
get
you a
your own
question again, I'm
margaritas,
just
but the free
asking
part
you.
is all the networking.
So you just talking to
connections.
him?
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah, we just wanted it to be like functional
bet.
living space since you don't, like we have a nice garage where they can park and stuff, but there's no, driveway, but there's no like garage or anything.
You gonna cover it?
We are not.
Okay.
We're not. They have a lot of space though to park, which a lot of houses in this area
They
don't.
do not. All right.
There was already a deck back here, but we got rid of it. It was cement. We got rid of that. The roof, all this back side of the house, the entire roof got redone. So at one point it was
I'm gonna
all open.
Back out.
None of
so I
this
can
was
get you guys a
here.
shot.
Excellent.
Kind of show you the back of the
Okay,
house.
so give us your vision back here.
So our vision back here is it for it to be like your own private little oasis back here where you can hang out, you can entertain. So we moved the kitchen to the back of the house and we added French doors so you can do like kind of indoor, outdoor living. We wanted to have a huge deck. Most of these houses around here, you can see they have like a little driveway, but no one really does garages. So not only do we have a long curved driveway, we have space to park. So we wanted to keep this as a functional living space back deck. So we're
This
gonna.
would be a great place for a pool.
It would be nice. It would be nice, but you got a nice back deck. So we're gonna put 2 ceiling fans back here. You have a double French door off the master, double French door off of the kitchen, and then we added this little planter box. So we'll do tall plants on this side, so you'll be private and can entertain without everyone on the street, you know, in your business.
So Dustin, let me say this.
Yeah.
So one of the things why I love to have her on the team is because as we grow in this scaling, I don't have to deal with a lot of this stuff anymore because this will wear me out. Going to Home Depot, picking out colors, cabinets, she does it all before we start. So we know exactly what it looks like. If you follow her, you'll see the designs, 3D models, the colors, and we're changing colors on this house because since we started, we wanted white, and there's 3 new houses that hit the market that, of course, everybody likes white, but we'll pick out, she'll do a really nice color. She takes a lot of the load off of me, a lot of it, and so it's part of the system where she starts it off, and then, you know, the contractors follow her lead. So that's why she can explain it better than I can.
Sounds good. All right, I'm going to come up here so I can get a better shot because the sun's right in my camera lens. You guys can back
take
just
some questions.
if you can back up just a little bit,
Okay.
so I can get you, and we'll take some questions from the audience.
So is there physically going to be, like, is there going to be a fence back here or anything other physically in the yard, or is this going to be the main focus of the entertainment?
So this is going to be the main focus. There's not going to be a fence just because we're on this hill and there's already retaining walls. We do have to get a lot of those stone retaining walls replaced, and then we'll do landscaping for privacy, but if they want a fence, we'll just leave it up to them.
So I guess I missed, did you say how much square footage you added?
So we did not add square footage, the previous homeowner did.
Okay, so that is not new?
So all you did,
So it was,
we
so
just
the
gutted it.
square footage was new, we just basically reframed it, rebuilt it. So this back wall here, when we go inside, is the opposite end. That's where the rest of the brick would have ended. They took that wall out and they added this portion back here. But it wasn't done correctly. A lot of the subfloor and wood was rotted. There were some fire damaged beams. So at one point we had no floor in here. The ceiling was gone. There was no roof. All this back deck was not here either. So it was here. We just took it down and rebuilt it basically.
So the entire footprint was here?
Right.
Okay.
Damon?
How much was this day?
They like your
I
deck.
just design it. He pays for it.
The size of it, what is the size of it?
I think it's 12 by, and my guys here,
16?
probably 20. It's probably about
12 by
20.
20?
Yeah, about 12 by 20. So I don't know the cost right off the top of my head.
Not that much, or he would have said no.
Yeah, what? Yeah, I would have said no.
But you added the roof, you added the
We did.
We
That was
did.
part of the roof, though.
Yes.
When we originally got it, it had a kind of a flat roof on this back end. The inspector recommended that we gable up the roof, frame up the roof a little bit differently. So that's what we did, which was in the budget.
So your outside budget, 20-ish.
20-ish. Yeah.
Yeah. So that included roof.
So no, I didn't. So that didn't include the framing of the roof, but it includes the shingles of with the roof.
Okay, so that included
Shingles.
shingles. That included the
Siding.
this. I didn't notice. All this side.
Yeah. All the board and batten.
Okay.
Yep. And then the brickwork.
But it did include the brickwork.
Yes.
Okay. Good.
And the porch that you're standing on?
So 20. Yeah. So 20ish. Yeah. It's still in that.
That 20%?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, because I mean, we all know that when you do this,
Numbers change.
yeah,
Do they?
It's a moving target. It's a moving target.
I've never had that happen to me.
Yeah.
What's next, Dustin? Any more questions?
Any
or we
more
going
questions
in?
from the audience?
Is it going to be stained or painted?
Stained.
Stain?
Yeah, tip my toe.
Any questions before we go inside?
Do you guys ever leave it natural like this? I tend to leave stuff natural sometimes.
So it just depends on neighborhood.
Yeah.
Yeah, neighborhood dictates that.
Yeah. Sometimes I paint it, but a lot of times I try to leave it
And
natural.
we'll probably stain it only because we have wood stained elements in the front just
Okay.
to match it. I like to do like a semi-transparent stain though that like still gives you the wood texture, but it's just a little bit darker color, you know?
Question for the design. Is this part of your design, the boards like this?
Yes, horizontal. We want to go modern, so modern tech nowadays has more of a horizontal feel. And then I wanted the planters horizontal. Oh, I made a fit to make sure it was horizontal. It wasn't done right the first
had a
time,
fit.
and I made it get
good.
redone.
Great choice.
Thank you.
It's really good.
Yeah, because a lot of times they will put the metal rods
Yeah.
going.
And that works too,
Yeah.
but
No, this is good. This
It's
is-
real good.
That's the thing.
Yeah, I was gonna ask that. For the, you said you're going for a modern look. Like that looks nice. Is there a reason why you did that instead of the metal rods?
We're also still in Decatur. We still have a budget.
Say Decatur.
We still, I mean, sorry. We still have a budget though, and we don't want to over renovate for the area either.
Yeah,
like
'cause
we
those
are
metal-
already at
those
the,
metal bars are more expensive.
yeah, they're definitely.
Yeah, you can get the same effect or same look.
But this is $4 each. This one is $4 each.
Yeah, but those metal bars are a lot more than $4.
You can have,
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
you can have the flat one, you know, you can have the other one, which is,
Yeah, trust me, I would love the more expensive, but sometimes we have to compromise. We get the look, but still.
Well, keep one thing in mind.
Exactly.
Keep one thing in mind.
Yeah.
Every real estate rehab, you don't have an unlimited budget.
Exactly. It's
yeah,
not our house.
honestly,
It's for someone else.
honestly, we would go crazy if we could.
Yeah,
But
I
you-
mean,
you
one of the
just can't.
mistakes I
Yeah.
see a lot of new folks do is you over rehab your house because you want it to look like something on TV. Well, that's great if you can buy it super cheap and you can afford to do that. But a lot of times in a competitive market like this, you can't do that. You have to get in and then adjust your rehab accordingly and try to get the same look and feel of a higher end type finish. So this accomplishes a lot.
it doesn't matter if you paint it black or whatever. It doesn't matter. It looks like the metal too.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot. Yeah, I mean, it's a good
We'll
finish.
consider that.
I think it
good
looks
finish.
great.
I think it's a good
Thank
finish.
Hey, speaking of exterior, what colors are you going to paint the exterior? Any accent colors you recommend for this area? What color is the
So,
front door going to be?
okay, so I think we decided on charcoal for the exterior. We want to make a statement. Everything else is pretty light and bright. So we want it to really stand out. And then we're going to do some cedar wood accents. We like to kind of bring in the natural element and kind of balance the statement with some natural. And then we have a surprise for the front door. We haven't decided yet, but it will be a nice pop of color, and you'll have to come back to see it. We can't give that away yet.
Very well put. All right, so white trim,
Out here?
just in general.
Yeah,
Gray, charcoal gray and white trim. Yeah, that'll look nice.
yeah.
Yeah, well.
Gray seems to be a very popular color, all shades of gray.
All shades, yeah.
And white trim, it keeps it nice and neat and clean. Yeah, it's a good choice.
All right, any questions from the audience before we go inside? Any questions? Before we do go inside, I've got two people here I want to introduce real quick. Joseph Castaneda is here. Yeah, come over here where everybody can see you, and I'm going to go down where I can film you. Joseph is one of our local hard money lenders. They help sponsor this group. We really appreciate it. So I want to give him a minute to say a few words about how he can help you fund your next deal.
How's everybody doing? Great. Good, good. I'm Joe Castaneda. I'm a account executive with Baker Collins.
No, I'm sorry. That was telling.
I'm like,
Their mics are still hot. I was just warning them. Their mics are still hot.
Got it. We didn't fund this, but we have programs that help you fund projects like this. It's an amazing project as it is. We're local. We do fix and flip projects. We do rentals. We do new construction for those trying to tap into something new, and commercial. We typically close within 72 hours of us getting the appraisal back, the report, assuming we get all documents from you, the actual borrower. We'll also get you a pre-approved letter within 24 hours. That way you go ahead and start submitting offers, because as you know, a lot of these sellers, they don't even give you the time of day if you don't have a proof of funds, right?
Right.
So guys, if you want, I have my business cards on me. If you want to write down my number as well, it is 404-599-5990, and it's bakercollins.com. Guys, thank you for having us. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Let's give it up for Joseph. Cameron, can you come up for a second?
Anybody needs some cards?
Now, this is Cameron with New Western Acquisitions. They're one of our latest and newest diamond sponsors. And I wanted Cameron to say a few words real quick about what they do.
Good afternoon, everybody. Like Dustin said, I'm here with New Western. Basically, we're a specialized investment brokerage. Our main business is just wholesaling properties. So if you're looking for any single family fix and flip properties like this, maybe rentals, we got about 50 deals closing every month all over Atlanta. We have 3 offices now, one in Buckhead, one in Marietta, which I'm in, and then also we just opened one on the south side. So we have the full range of properties. You know, if you need entry-level properties, high-end flips, anything you need, you can come to us and we'll have the inventory.
How do they get a hold of you?
My number is 404-432-4557. I also have cards here, so just raise your hand, you know, come talk to me, and I'll get you a card. We can talk about how we can get you some properties.
Yep. Let's give it up for Cameron. Appreciate it, Cameron. Woo! So if you want either one of their cards, just ask them during the networking, and they'll be glad to give you one. Cameron, I left your sign out by my truck.
Oh, thanks.
I don't know if you saw it or not. All right, any final questions before we go inside about the exterior or anything about this project? No? Well, let's go.
What's the percentage completion?
Yeah, that's a great question. How far along are you?
So I would say 60%.
Okay.
We got to do 40%. We got to do 10% a week. We can handle it.
And you're predicting to be finished by
End of October.
end of October. That's right.
So how long have you, what's the time frame now up to current?
90 days right now.
Right now, you're at 90 days.
About 90 days, yeah.
I did want to ask you about how long did it take to get permits and everything?
We got the permits, and I guess after we got the architectural plans, it took about 3 days. The city of Atlanta.
Okay.
Did you use an expediter?
That was what I was going to ask.
our contractor did it.
Okay.
So
'Cause that's pretty quick. We hear a lot of people taking months.
it is.
Yep.
It is. We didn't change any footprints or anything, so it was easy.
All right, we got a big, loud, noisy truck going by, so let's go inside.
Okay. Come on, take a minute. You want to start them in the front? Ashley, you want to start them in the front?
Yeah, take them all the way through to the front.
Okay.
Just recongregate over there by the front door.
Guys, watch your step in here. The floor is not level.
90 days.
This Popeye's cup is covering a pipe, so just be careful.
Yeah, watch your step. It is a construction zone.
They are. We're gonna
Be
try
careful
to.
when you come through. This is an active site. So watch your footing.
Watch your step, please. There are holes.
Pardon?
There are pipes.
Right there, that cup. Be careful of that cup. It's not there just, there's actually something under there.
Yep, that cup is a pipe, and there's a hole over
And
there.
there's a hole right here, so be careful. So just be careful. This is an active site.
So watch the little man.
Watch the little guy.
That's a pipe. Don't trip over it.
The lady, the lady that
Oh, they
I
have
know.
So that one's gonna be a hall closet.
So we have different.
All right, Don,
vendors
lead
that
them
we
on
use.
in, and let's
They do-
congregate
they
up front.
Do the
All right.
cabinets and countertops for us.
So you have some hardwoods in here already.
I don't have it right off the top of my head.
Are you going to feather them in? Are you going to remove them? You're going to go over top with laminate?
Smart.
So
What's the
our
plan?
plan is to
Because
try
they're all
to
the
keep
same
as
price.
much as the original hardwood as possible. So we're going to have to match and stain it. So someone will come in with some more real hardwood. They'll have to kind of cut and stagger and piece it together, and then we'll stain it all one color, and it'll look like it's all the same.
What's the word you use for staggering it, Don?
Feather it.
Feather it. Feather it. Yep.
Yeah.
So a lot of the other, where the subfloor is, all that is new. Most of that was rotted wood or huge holes in the floor. You can see straight down to the bottom. So all that has been replaced. Pretty much the whole layout is new. So where you guys are standing right here, there was a kitchen. It was extremely compartmentalized. These bedrooms were so tiny. And where the hardwood ends is where the bedroom ends. So you'll see it was so tiny. This bedroom, the closet could not even fit a hanger in it. The depth was not deep enough to even fit
So
a
I
normal
have a
hanger.
question then. Since you didn't add square footage, what did you take away?
I just had to reconfigure the layout. So they had 2 living rooms in here. So where this beam is right here is basically where the original house ended. They did that addition, and back there they had a family room, and here was a living room. And then there were 3 bedrooms, but one was super tiny, and there was only 1 bath. So there's a bedroom over here with a closet. There's a front hall closet. There's a second bedroom and closet over there that we made larger. Right here behind you guys is the secondary bath. On the opposite side of that is a stackable laundry closet, and then you get to a half bath right across from there. And then in the right far corner is master bedroom and bathroom.
So you actually have 2.5 baths.
So we have 2 and so it's a 3, 2.5 now.
2.5. Okay. Good.
All the rooms are nice size. There was no laundry room. We added a laundry room. We added the half bath. And then now we just have this formal living room. We'll do something cool with the fireplace, the dining room, and then a huge kitchen in the back.
What is the square footage?
Right at 1,700, a little bit over 1,700.
So you didn't really take anything out. You just reconfigured the walls.
Exactly.
That's great. A lot of people need to take note of that because
Yeah.
you get a lot of houses. When you get a house that has a fair amount of square footage for this in town, 1,700 square feet is a lot of square footage, comparable. And even when you get a house like that, they tend to be, like you use the word you use, compartmentalized. They have lots of walls, and it's very chopped up. So opening up, reconfiguring the walls really gives you a bigger bang for your dollar and gives you a better look and feel flow-wise. So.
All right, so you guys want to ask some questions?
So what did she tell you? I get in the way when I come inside and start designing stuff. Did she tell you
Oh my
that?
God. If you guys knew how many times
So
we
listen.
reframed this house, this is a part of why we're a little behind schedule. We reframed this house so many times. He's like, no, but I want a window in this bathroom and a tub and a shower and a double vanity, and you have to make it all fit, but don't make it any
I noticed
bigger.
in this bathroom there's a double vanity. I didn't go back there yet. But
Yeah.
that's rare.
Yeah.
When you have a house like this, to be able to fit a double vanity in there, that's
In this bathroom?
yeah.
And the
What's
secondary
the
bath.
dimensions of the bathroom?
So that's the standalone bathroom that has a double vanity. Does the master have a standalone? It has a double
They both
vanity
have a
as
double
well?
vanity.
So that's you have to understand that's not very common,
No, it's
especially people who tend to come into rehabs and they just put what I call lipstick on it, right? They just take what's there and spruce it up a bit, and that's the difference between getting 200 for this house versus 300 for this
So
house.
you think a double vanity and a guest bathroom?
Double vanity
Get a
here.
little better feel.
It just gives
Yeah,
it a
it's
bigger
just
feel.
bigger.
Yeah, unless it's crammed in there and it
Right.
doesn't work. But that looks like it's plenty of room.
Yeah.
It is.
Just decent sized master bath.
When you all were working together at the beginning, because you said you had a plan, he had another plan, y'all had to come together on a plan. By the way, I'm your sister friend because I'm a designer.
Okay.
So did you have it all laid out, floor plan to discuss before, or was it a evolving process?
Okay, so it started out one way. When Ramon buys a house, he's like, okay, Ashley, meet me here. Let's walk through it. You're
Right.
going to love this house. It has seafoam green walls and only 1 bathroom.
Right.
And we kind of exchange ideas. I do 3D renderings
Right.
and walkthroughs, so I can visually build it out and show him exactly what my vision is.
Sure.
I'll incorporate his ideas and the team's ideas. And then we usually come up with color schemes and things at that point.
Okay.
And then naturally, like you said, color schemes change because other rehabs pop up or the contractor says this won't fit here. So then we have to just kind of change it along as we go. In this case, we've pretty much, the layout is for the most part the same, most of it. We added the half bath and such, but the color scheme has changed. So he usually agrees with what I like. And I'm a realtor also, so I shop with a lot of clients who know when people are lipsticking a pig or
Right.
So I know what's going to sell and what's not.
Right.
So I design not just for our taste, but you have to still appeal to the masses because it's at the end of the day, it's for a profit, and he does want to get out of it and on to the next project.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned that. As an agent, as a designer, what touches and upgrades do you put in or recommend to these folks to get full market value and maybe even push it?
Right. Okay. So obviously open concept, like you said, a secondary bath rarely has a double vanity. But for me, I have a child care background also. So I think about the people who come with families. You have 2 bedrooms right here. Naturally, that's probably going to be 2 children. If you have kids getting ready in the morning, you want double sinks. Make everyone's life easier. We decided we needed to add a pantry for storage. People love storage. People love space. People love nice bathrooms, nice kitchens, and things like that. When you put the money in, you get it back. Versus like the bars, you don't necessarily get the money back in certain areas.
I will say this. Most men, and hopefully this isn't a sexist comment, most men do not think about pantries in kitchens.
Right.
But pantries are one of the first things a female or the person in charge of the kitchen, whoever that may be, looks at when they come into a house. So I can't tell you. Huh?
What's a pantry?
Exactly. So, that's one of the first things I look at when I go into everyone's kitchens because I see a lot of people's stuff, and I always scratch my head and go, "Where's the pantry?"
It's where you go for your midnight snack.
Yeah, I mean it's.
I had a question about the pantry actually. How big or how small could the pantry be to be comfortable?
It depends on the size of the kitchen. It depends on the space you have. In here, we don't have a lot of space for it because we have a huge island and a lot going on over there. So we're going to more than likely do not a huge one, but like a double floor to ceiling.
12. They come
Yeah.
in 12, 15, and 18.
Yeah, probably 12 inches by 21 deep, Tori said. And so just enough, like, you have to just think, like, if I'm cooking, where am I storing my food? I don't want to be in the bottom cabinet trying to look for cereal, you know? So it doesn't have to be, most people don't cook
Most
that much.
kitchens will, if you design it correctly, most kitchens can handle a 12-inch cabinet somewhere.
Right.
And is there like a ideal placement? Because I know like when I was looking at layouts for kitchens, you usually have like the triangle, of the kitchen sink, fridge. Like, where would the pantry be in there? Like, would it be preferably by the fridge or by the stove or like just as an access?
I think again, it just works. It depends on the layout. Naturally, you'll probably like grab most of your pantry stuff before you start cooking anyway. So yeah, I don't think it matters.
Okay, I just don't want to. I mean,
You just want to be symmetrical.
Right.
So you don't want like all your cabinets in a row and then your sink and your stove and your all
on one side, yeah.
put up. So you want to kind of spread it out and make it symmetrical.
Okay.
And the pantry works in unison with the island if you have one. So that's a consideration.
Say that again, repeat the
I
question.
said the pantry kind of works in unison with the island. The island is when somebody comes in the house and from doing groceries or whatever, where they dump everything on the island.
Yep.
If the pantry is a couple of steps from the island, that makes sense physically in the way that people move in their kitchen.
So yeah, I mean, when you're designing a kitchen, a lot of thought really should go into the kitchen itself.
The movement.
A lot of times people just go, well, we'll just put the kitchen here, and they don't really think about where everything should be placed.
That's
You're never going to get a perfect triangle. You're never going to get a perfect triangle in most cases because, unless you completely take down every wall and restart from scratch. Which is another reason why a lot of people that get top dollar do that so that they can factor in all those things. But if you come in and you try to put a lipstick on, a house,
They'll know.
Yeah, it'll show. It'll show.
You got 4 different layouts for your kitchens?
For you to do that, there's lots of programs out there. If you're an iPad user,
Or just call me.
There's an app out there for under $10 called Tap Glance, and you can redesign any room. You can redesign everything on a 3D rendering, all from your iPad.
Well, you said to call you. How do they call you?
Yeah, how to?
My number is 678-520.
So tell me, Ashley.
I'm Ashley LaBeouf. Shia LaBeouf is not my cousin.
I was gonna say.
It's because that's the only other LaBeouf I know.
Unless he's sharing the bank account. Ashley, A-S-H-L-E-Y, LaBeouf, L-E-B as in boy, O-E-U-F. My phone number is 678-520-2022.
Say it one more time.
678-520-2022. Or at _fancy firm on Instagram.
So you're an agent.
Mm-hmm.
You're a designer.
Mm-hmm.
What else?
Investor.
Early child care development.
A long time. I did have a background in childcare, yes.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
I have a long resume.
I'm
A
listening.
little bit of
I'm
everything.
listening. Paying attention.
That's it for now,
So,
though.
and an investor.
That's right.
Cool.
All right. So of all that, which one do you like the best?
I love to design houses.
Yeah, design.
Design and then sell so he makes the most money.
There you go.
It depends on the project. Yeah. You just gotta call me.
And you stage as well, right?
I'm working on it. That's next. I keep getting that question, so Ashley's coming next.
Well,
So I'll say this about
do you stage your houses?
So we haven't had to.
Right.
How long your house sell?
You haven't had
When
to
the sign
because-
goes in the yard.
Yeah.
Is that a testament to your greatness, Ramon?
So it would be the team's greatness. It would be whoever's listening, in the design and just the layout. I mean, we do take pride in like gutting and doing top-notch work. The fixtures are most of the time a little bit more expensive. I do have to calm people down. But again, I'm part of that. So with this design, it did take us a little bit longer. Our original design had 2 double French doors. I wanted tubs inside of showers, but they calm me down sometimes as well. So we do put
Sounds like it.
We put that extra in so we can get it out quickly.
Yep. Yeah, Damon?
Guest bathroom. Is there gonna be a tub in there too?
Yeah, it's gonna be a tub shower. That's another thing I always love. So we decided not to do the tub in the master, but I feel like a secondary bath always has to have a tub. Again, for kids, for
Okay,
pets.
so either way, even if you have a tub as master, always put a tub in there. Yes.
Absolutely.
Always.
Yeah.
Okay.
Always.
Because you have anybody that has kids, that's gonna be their bathroom.
Correct.
They're gonna go take a bath. A lot of times, if I take out any shower or any bathtubs, it's in the master. Because I don't know about the rest of
And
you.
we argued about that.
Yeah.
Most of us.
In the master,
Unless
though,
there's
it's a
enough
luxury.
room to put both,
Right.
I take it out.
It's a luxury in a master. A lot of people ideally would love to say, I'm going to take a bubble bath, but you usually don't. So in here, we didn't have the room, so we're just going to do a really big, nice shower with triple shower heads, rain head shower from each side. So since we had to compromise, he said, if you're going to take out the tub, make it a really nice shower. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Any other questions from the audience back here? I didn't mean to, we're not trying to ignore you. Any questions back here? Anything you've seen so far? You're good? He said he's planning on having it finished up by the end of this month,
Yeah, we want to see it.
and said we could come back and see it again if we wanted to.
Yeah.
We might have to schedule something special to come see it, maybe on a weekend or something.
So we will be walking it on November 4th at Flipology.
Okay.
So this will be on the tour because
So maybe I can invite my friends as well?
You can.
Or is it private?
No, you can invite them.
Okay.
You can invite your friends.
November 4th, you guys hear that?
They
Hard
should
fast
just come to
deadline.
Flipology.
In fact, tell them about it. Tell them about it.
So November 3rd and 4th is our signature boot camp, Flipology. It's a 2-day boot camp where, day 1 is all classroom, day 2 is out in the field. We looked at this one in July, and our goal in July was to make sure we're done before the November one so that people can see, the time frame that it takes to do it.
Little pressure.
A little pressure. You got to put it on yourself. It's 2 days. It's actually 2.5 days because we partied the Friday night before, kind of, sort of.
You partying here, or where are you partying?
No, we have a special place downtown that we party at.
I'll make sure I get the invite.
You will. But, come to that. We teach a lot in some of these resources, and then the inspirational part of it, because you get to start in rooms where people are starting with you or people that have been in there, and we all kind of mix in.
Yep.
So
So when are the dates of Flipology?
November 3rd and 4th.
You get any specials going on today?
for if you're a part of Atlanta Real.
Yeah, tell them.
So if you're part of Atlanta Real, you sign up, and I know they said it last night. We're doing 2 for 1. It's $297 right now. And I know Jill is gonna kill me, but it's okay. She's not here.
She's not here.
She's not here. So I didn't notice that. You notice that? I get to do whatever, right?
Yep.
But $297, 2 people, for Atlanta Real. So let us know. Dustin knows.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how do they tell you that they want to take advantage of that?
So I'm gonna volunteer somebody. Tell Christian. Raise your hand, Christian.
Right here. All right, so if you guys are interested in coming to Flipology, just talk to
She has on
Kristen.
the shirt.
Yep. I see several of you have the shirt on.
Yeah, they do. It's a few of them.
Yeah, very nice, very nice.
I guess we can finish the walkthrough.
Let's do it.
One of the things when we first bought it, this was the kitchen. I don't know if Ashley, did you tell him? You did tell him? Okay. And that bedroom was so small, we expanded it over. My original idea was to have a hallway somewhere, but they cut that out. So again, I got, right? But it makes more sense the way she designed it. So you gonna
walk us through? Yeah. And let's all sit together since our mics are hot. And if you can follow since you have the light.
Yeah, here, I'll hand it to you actually.
Well, okay.
You got room on there?
I'm not gonna stick it on here now. Just hold it.
Okay.
All right, so we're standing here in the formal living room. I don't know which side I should be on. In the formal living room. This is not a usable fireplace, but we're going to keep it for aesthetics. So we're going to redo it and do probably a feature wall here. We haven't decided what just yet, but we were talking about that earlier. So we're going to do some sort of feature there.
Tell us
I have
about.
a suggestion.
Okay.
Where is Maria?
Maria, I was gonna say that electric fireplace.
If you want to make
where
this
is Maria when you
a
need her? Here she is.
working fireplace that gives it function and not the whole, flue, you don't need it.
Right.
She put in a fireplace, and I've done it in other properties. It's ventless, it's electric, and it's colorful. Yeah, so I would, it's a great
Can you
addition
zoom in?
to think about. Anyways, I don't know what your budget is, and I don't know what that
If it
costs.
fits in the budget.
Yeah, it's maybe a little less.
And that was her accent wall and her.
Yeah.
But it was a great. I mean, it's great because it does add an element of heat that actually gives it function.
Right.
But it gives it a wow too.
Right.
And there's some stuff out there that you can change colors, like by pushing a button, you can make it orange, you can make it blue, you can make it green. And it'll actually put some heat out.
Speaking of colors, and I want to come back to the accent wall.
Okay.
Are you guys going to make this a smart home?
I can get you that information.
Are we going to make it a smart
No, it won't be
home?
that smart.
Will it be any smart?
She just asked that earlier this morning.
Yeah.
So that's something that we need to.
Well, let me ask you this. Regardless of this house, do you do smart homes yourself?
We have.
And when do you do them and when do you not do them?
This when the budget allows. Budget dictates.
So speaking of budget, what kind of typical smart home things do you do and what do they cost? Are they deal busters? Or are they little things? Or
Just very, very small things. Nothing major. We hadn't, in my mind, I want to do something where the entire house, you can let the shades up and cut it, but we just haven't had the budget to do it.
Well, the other thing is,
So,
if you do a
from
good
the-
enough
from the
job,
they
they don't stay on the market long to even market them.
Exactly.
Right.
So
That's what I found.
thermostats, and that kind
thermostat,
of stuff.
security systems,
That's it.
things like
That's
that.
about
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do the Alexa with the lights on. That's pretty cheap.
Lights on,
Yeah.
lights off. Yeah, that's why I was asking because Don likes doing that stuff and it's fairly inexpensive. It
is.
It's kind of a neat wow factor on a really low budget.
But if you're used to like what we do, our houses are gone usually within the first
24
weekend.
hours,
Yeah. There's no time to even market them.
And like you said, you're not even having to stage them. You're selling them so fast. So
But yeah.
it's when they stop selling quite as fast.
Then
You
you
need
gotta
to
figure out
add some
something
bells and
different.
whistles.
Correct.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you were talking about this wall, like this accent type wall. What do you, as a designer, what do you got in mind? What do you normally do? What are you thinking about?
So I haven't decided in this one in particular yet, just because again we changed the scheme at the last minute. In the last house I did, the last couple ones actually did not have fireplaces. A lot of the houses I do are in like Decatur, they don't have fireplaces typically, but I do like to do an accent wall. So again, we might bring some of the wood warmth inside. We're planning to do like very white walls since outside will be dark and the interior can get a little small once we start, finishing it. So we'll probably do something maybe darker. I'm not sure yet, but it'll contrast off the white walls. So maybe natural.
Well, that's what I'm asking. Historically, what kind of other accent walls are you used to doing?
I do a lot of wood accent walls.
When you say wood accent, like shiplap?
So I did like a chevron wood accent wall in my house in Decatur. And we just stained it like a nice natural stain. We do shiplap. We did discuss shiplap. I did some, yeah, and some wood trim, and then we painted it one color on a wall in another house I'm doing. So I like to switch it up. I like to give you, you know, something that looks super expensive, but we don't have to blow the budget on it, but it still looks nice and it's unique to each house.
We don't normally have a designer present at these, so when we have one, it's nice to be able to pick your brain about what you got in mind and what you are used to doing.
Yeah.
So that way the fellas in the room can know what's in style.
They would love for me to do one thing and, you know, like have a scheme that I can just transfer to each house. I like to, you know, make each house unique.
Yep. I just heard Don whispering something about an LVL beam. You want to repeat that question again?
I just said, did he have that LVL put in?
The wall was there.
Yeah.
And there was separate entrances into that wall, so that was put there.
What's the LV what?
The LVL, so it holds the load.
That beam right there, there's two of them. There's
Two beams, okay.
they're called it's called an LVL, laminated veneer beam.
So it wasn't necessary. You know, our contractors know.
Yep. So you guys come up with any other questions? We've been talking about design, style, the accent wall, the LVL beam.
Should we show the master bedroom?
Yeah, let's go take a walk. Just follow us, watch your step. There's a few holes and a few pipes. You guys kind of stick with me. Your mic's still hot, so kind of stick with me.
Hey, I'm finishing a presentation. I'll call you right back when
I will. Thank you. That's all right.
Yeah, so there's a lot of
take 'em in there?
floor missing right here, so you guys watch your step. This is where we put the laundry room over here. There was no laundry in this house before.
Can you stand there and make sure they watch the step here?
Okay, I will.
Yep.
There was no
Now,
half
come on,
bath
everybody
either,
can fit in
and
the
this
master.
is going to be the half bath.
Watch your step.
Or they can go out and go in.
You can come in through the
Yeah,
back
you can
door.
come
Yep,
this
you
way
can go in
too.
through the back. Okay. Yep. Come on, thank you. Oh, it's all right.
Now Don was just talking about LVL beams. That looks like another really big beam.
Tori, is this a new beam here? This one wasn't new though. Oh yeah, it was.
It looks new.
So all this roof was opened. There was a lot of fire damaged wood rot up here. So all this
I
you
was
could
going to
see
ask you
straight outside.
about that. Up front, it looked like some of the beams were kind of blackened.
Yeah.
And
So those didn't need to be replaced, but all this back here, you could literally look straight up to the sky. It was all gone.
So this did have some fire damage.
Right. It was all new.
All right. Hey Don, can you come on in?
Yeah, I was just making sure that
Going in.
Yeah, Ramon's watching it too. We were just talking about the
Anybody else
LVL
going in?
beam. This had a big one.
Yeah,
this
that's a big one.
This house was fire damaged. I did see up front.
It was smoke.
Yeah, it was just smoke. It wasn't
Yep.
really bad.
Yeah, because I noticed the beams up front were a little black.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yep.
we just put one under contract that is a fire damage, which would be a nice one to do. Yeah.
So again, we said the masters and kitchens really sell a house, and again in town you don't usually get a master that's this large. So we had plenty of room to play with over here, so we decided to give them access to the back deck as well.
Yeah.
So that brought in a lot of natural light. You can again do the whole indoor-outdoor thing. We want to keep huge windows. I personally am a huge fan of natural light.
Me too.
And then you have a really nice sized bathroom back here and walk-in closet from the bathroom.
Watch your step there.
No.
So this is a rather large.
So
That's actually not a functional toilet yet.
Yeah. Be
wasn't the bathroom on the other side of this?
Yeah, it was.
So okay, so I think the secondary bathroom was here, and that bedroom was super tiny behind it. So we decided to get rid of that bedroom and just make those two bedrooms and a really large
So you got
master.
one bedroom, two bedrooms, the master bath, and then the secondary bath was right over here. And I believe they said this, what I'm standing in right now, was some sort of
That's the closet.
closet. And then there was a stand-up laundry room somewhere?
Right on the other side of the closet.
Right
You
here.
Enter.
So it was in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Right here.
Yep.
So what is this?
That's a half bath. Half bath, laundry, and then you enter the master. This is the master bath, and then the closet on that
So that's a
side.
half bath right there?
So we originally wanted to fit like a tub in the shower, but you know that has to be really deep. And Ramon wanted a window because neither bathroom has a window, and we wanted some natural light in here.
Right.
So we just decided to get rid of the tub. We'll do a double vanity over there, a huge shower with the 3 shower heads, and then the toilet on this side. So you'll still have a little light. You still get privacy. You still get double vanity, and you kind of get everything you need in here.
Yep.
Very nice.
Thank you.
What's the square footage was the question?
Of the bedroom, Tori, Dean?
Square foot is this man?
Of this bedroom?
Yes. It's probably about.
We changed this so many times that I would be surprised if he knows the
I
truth.
can tell you.
If I was to guess, it's probably about square foot.
Did you go get your laser measure up?
I don't know of the
A
bedroom.
little bit larger.
What number did you say?
Yeah, I don't know off the top of my head.
We changed it a lot of times. Like-
Don's walking it off. He's going to guesstimate for you.
Okay.
Yeah, it's probably,
Where's the beam?
probably about 15 by 17.
He's got an app for this.
Yeah.
He's doing it old school right now.
21.
What is it, 15?
No pressure.
So you got, say, 22 feet by,
Not in here, no.
Doesn't look like it. They would have done it
No.
by now, I would think.
Yeah, we're just gonna do a ceiling fan. And I think the reason we didn't is just because the way they did the addition, the roof lines were different. And then once you start pitching things, like everything's gonna
480.
look a little crazy.
480.
480?
Thanks, man.
So 20 by 24.
What's the size of a 2-car
22 by
garage?
22-ish.
Thank you.
That's just me stepping it off, so it
Yeah,
could be 24.
Close, yeah.
So 500 square feet right here.
That's an apartment.
Yeah. Yeah. That's my son. That's right. My son lives in Brookhaven. He lives in 500 square
size.
feet.
That's what you have to live in. That's a good sized apartment.
All right, you guys got any other questions? Any other questions? Gustavo, you got any questions?
I have one. So you had 110 for your budget total. 20% outside, so that's 20-ish, 22, 23, 24, something like that. So that leaves about 90, 85, 80 to 90 in here. Where are you right now budget-wise?
What have we?
Great question.
Um,
Are you on budget?
Or
close to it.
So we're close to it. The only thing that will be over, the wood went over a little bit, the framing.
Yeah.
And then we haven't, the bricks, we had some for masonry, but it did go over a little bit. Not a lot. And then we will go over with the wall. The exterior, so the landscaping will go over, because we've got an estimate of about $3,800 for that wall. So those are the things that will put us over the top.
Okay.
But we did have some contingency as well.
And what was your predicted profit when you're all said and done?
We really started off somewhere in that $40,000 to $50,000 range. We should make a little bit more now because the values are going
Yeah,
up.
I thought I read what you sent me, about 60-ish.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's after, carrying costs, commission, the cost of our hard money, because we do have hard money. So about 60 or so.
So do your students simply get their money back out of the deal, you hope, or do they hope to make a profit on top of it?
So they'll
as well?
make a profit.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have another question. Maybe you answered this. How did you find it?
So someone that attended one of our events brought it to us.
Okay.
He's actually one
How
of
did
the.
he find it?
His friend's grandfather owned it.
Oh, you did say that.
You did, yeah.
Because I was going to say, I noticed you said there was fire damage.
So it was smoke. You know how someone was probably living in here, kind of keeping warm, and the smoke over the time, over years. So it wasn't.
Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha. Because a lot of times people will find deals and they will target
Fire damage homes.
fire damage homes.
Absolutely.
And that's a good, if you understand how to work it, that's a good niche to be in.
It is, because it scares a lot of people and they won't buy them.
Yep. Yeah, because
So I had one that scared me.
Oh,
It's a horror story, so we can talk about that.
Let's move out onto the patio and wrap it up and get any final quotes. Let's go on ahead out on the patio. We got a little bit better lighting out there.
With the framing budget, sadly because of
be careful of the floors. Be careful walking around.
that's okay.
Price of wood going up. Yeah, price of wood simply has went up. And none of us can predict that particular cost. You know, I mean, you kind of guesstimate, but that was part of it. And then I
Watch your step over there.
Or because it was
Yeah, because they said this edition, so all the results can
All right, so if you guys have any last minute questions, now is the time to ask them. We thought we'd come out here where it's a little bit cooler. We got all three of these folks together. So Maria, you got any final questions?
I love to build like this.
Are you working on your next deal?
I'm working, but I can find a good deal.
You looking for a good deal?
Yeah, good deal. Buying.
All right, you guys got any final questions before we wrap things up? Anybody? All right, you guys got any closing remarks for these guys? Any closing comments? Any words of advice?
Well, for me, I want to say thank you, Dustin, for allowing us to show our property.
I appreciate you showing us
Thank
your
everybody
property.
that came out. And, you know, again, we're here. We have things that we do. You're always welcome to come to any of our events. I know we're becoming a big part of Dustin's team, preferably soon. And so we do free things so that you guys can learn more with our events. And then anytime we're having a project, you're more than welcome to stop by. That's it. I want to see you at Flipology. If you just started, even if you're experienced, it's a good place to learn.
Where can we follow you on social media?
So Ramon Tooks on everything. So everything, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, it's all Ramon Tooks.
Okay, thank you.
Do you advertise your events in the newsletter?
So we have it. We're working on that now. Traditionally, you know, when was that? It was March, I think, where we spoke and Dustin did all the marketing for it. So that's what we're working on.
Yep.
Okay.
So if you missed him last night, he was one of our sharks at Shark Tank, and then today was on site. So he talked about how he looks at deals last night, how he analyzes deal, what kind of deals he's looking for. Then today's showing you what he does with them once he gets them. So if you guys miss Shark Tank, it's on the first Monday of every month, and every month we have different sharks. Yep.
Yes, sir.
How do you compare the extra value from the half bath versus using the space for extra storage?
So what I did, and so this was one of mine. What I said was, since you have like the basement, or you can kind of use that if you want to store some things. But functionality, if I'm out here barbecuing or hanging out, I don't want to run all the way to the front of the house. So I thought that lent more value. I don't know what number you put on that. Never have. It just makes more sense to be able to just pop in, use the restroom, pop back out on the porch.
Yep. I would think.
Or if you're, in a tight, park your car, you want to miss something.
Yep. I would think you'd definitely get more value out of the extra bathroom than you would just a closet or something.
Yeah.
You'd think. All right, Don, you got any final remarks you'd like to make?
Yeah, actually, how many people are brand new? If you're brand new, this is not a job to do by yourself. I try to say this at every one of these on-site renovations because we do see projects that are pretty extensive like this. If you're brand new,
like Damon's?
Yes. If you're brand new at this,
is it Damon? He's got a pretty extensive project going on right now.
My recommendation is you find someone that you can partner with. It's done deals before you jump into a project like this, because it can literally eat you alive. So what I like to say, if you're going to start, your first rehab should be a light one. If you're going to do it yourself, paint, carpet, that type of stuff. But if you're going to jump into something like this and you've never done it before, do yourself a favor and bring in someone that's like they've done here.
How many partners you got here?
Six.
Good, because I'm looking for that kind of thing, because when I did my 5 flips, I'm only alone for that.
Yeah.
So now I'm willing to partner with each,
What happened with our commercial last night? We took that picture, you signed that document.
The greatest, oh yeah, we'll have a show. Real Flippers.
Real Flippers of Atlanta.
So do you want to tell them about PPG tomorrow if they want?
Yeah, tell them real quick.
Well, if you're new and you're wanting to get involved in something like this, we do a weekly group coaching event. It's called Property Protege. We do it every Wednesday, starts at 6:30, goes till 9, 10 o'clock, 10:30, sometimes 11, sometimes 11:30. But we do it every Wednesday, and we do it for a whole year. So if you're interested, tomorrow it's going to be at the 3125 Presidential Parkway. It starts at 6:30, and hopefully we'll be done by 10:30. That's the plan. So
yeah, we started starting 30 minutes earlier, so hopefully we can get out of there 30 minutes earlier.
We hope we can get out of there. But it's if you're interested in this, it's great education. We build we kind of do a family. It's like a family environment. So if you're interested in taking it to the next level, it's something you might want to think about.
Yep.
So we always let you come in for that first one at no charge. So come check us out.
I just want to thank Ramon and Ashley again for having us out today. We really appreciate it. I do want to come back and see it when it's finished, even if we have to do something as a little special gathering like your event and just invite people to come see it. That'd be awesome. Also want to remind everybody who's watching this replay, or those who are still here, that next Monday is the Atlanta RIA Group. We're doing a panel discussion with several local lenders about how to fund your deals. Don's going to be there representing private lenders in general, talking about private money versus hard money. So we'll have several lenders there that can help you fund your next fix and flip, your next Airbnb, or your next buy and hold. So come and check that out next Monday at Atlanta RIA. Don's going to be doing the meeting before the meeting, talking about running your numbers.
We need to talk about that.
Well,
we need to talk about
our
that.
plan is that's what you're going to do unless you have to be out of town.
Yes, I may have to be out of town.
And even if you are, we can probably get somebody to fill in and help out with that.
I was going to ask him if he wanted it.
He might want to.
So you want to fill in for me?
We'll see. Let's talk about
Yep.
it. Yeah.
And then, not next Monday, but the following Monday is the Beginning Investor Group. And I'm putting together a panel of new investors who've done really well over the past year and a half, 2 years. So they're all new into the business. Maria is one of them. She'll be there on this panel talking about how and why is it that some investors jump in and succeed really fast, while others just seem to kind of flounder and not do much. What separates a type A investor from, an investor getting like a C average on their deals or not doing much at all? So we're going to bring in several players that have hit the ground running and doing really well, and they are all new investors. When I say new, less than 2 years in the business and are doing really well, so they can share some of their insights with you and tell you what's working for them and what's not. So that'll be the Beginning Investor Group. It was 2 weeks from yesterday, so that'll be, I believe, the 15th. Then our next on-site renovation group is 2 weeks from today, and it's going to be at New Western Acquisitions, one of their clients' properties. I gave out the address earlier. I don't have it off the top of my head, but just check out the website for that. So again, I want to thank everybody for being here today. Let's give it up for our hosts. I hope you all enjoyed it. We'll be sticking around for a few more minutes if you guys want to ask these guys some questions in private or something like that. But thanks again to everybody for coming. For all of you watching this replay at home, thank you for watching. We appreciate it. Good day and God bless. We'll see you next time. You guys take care.